Welcome everyone. Today I want to show you how to climb a rope with minimal gear. That's the key word here, okay? And there are many ways of climbing a rope. And one of the things I'm going to be doing over several videos is to show you how to climb a rope in different ways, okay? Because there's single rope technique, there's double rope technique, there's doing it with fancy gear, with automatic rope grabs. I mean, there's many ways of doing this, and I'm going to cover a lot of those in upcoming videos. But today I'm going to show you how to do it with minimal gear, okay? So you're going to need a harness, obviously. If you're ever going to climb, you need a harness, a rated harness. You need a rated life safety rope, something that's going to be strong enough to hold your weight and is designed to hold your weight. And the other pieces of gear are 2 carabiners and 2 eye-to-eye hitch cords, okay? Now, something I want to talk about with these hitch cords are designed for tying hitches on rope. And you go to any arborist store and they're going to have these for sale, okay? And the reason I bring this up is because you have to use rated hitch cord for this application. Don't try to use a piece of nylon or something like that. All these things, these are all made for high heat resistance, okay? So they don't melt like a piece of nylon will. Okay, so you'll need 2 of these. I think these are 30 inches, maybe 32. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. And these are tied in a VT hitch. Okay, if you'll stick around to the end of the video, I'll show you how to tie these. But I do have another video on how to tie these exactly. So what you need are 2 hitch cords, 2 carabiners, and the ability to tie a VT hitch onto a climbing rope. And the other piece of gear is nothing more than a foot loop. Okay, this is made by Stein, and it just basically goes over your foot. Okay, now you can make these if you know how to use a sewing machine for cheaper than what you can buy it, but it's so well made, it's worth the money. But basically you're going to put that over your foot just like this. Okay, so hopefully you can see that, and that's what you're going to be stepping into. So first thing you want to do is just slide your first VT down, and you want to clip into that. Now I don't put this in lock mode because sometimes you want to get out of this quick, and if I got to unscrew this lock gate, it slows me down. So because this is not what's holding you, it's your waist VT. Okay, so once you've done that, put a little tension on it, and it takes the slack out of your system. Okay, just like that. Now what I can do is go into my waist, and you're going to be a little awkward starting out. Now this one is crucial, okay? So I'm definitely going to put that in a locked configuration. Okay, and that's basically it. We're going to do the stand sit method. I will say this: before you ever start climbing rope, have an escape route. Okay, if it is physically demanding, if you don't have a good core strength or what have you, or good technique, you could easily get stuck. Okay, and you don't want that. That's a bad thing to do. So if you're just learning how to climb rope, I would highly suggest you try it next to a ladder. Okay, so if you do get stuck, you can swing over and get on that ladder and get off. Okay, because once you get some height, it's a workout. Okay, now another thing to remember is when I weight this, I'm instantly going to become a Plum Bob. So wherever this rope is centered, that's where you're going to end up at, okay? Okay, so I'm going straight up this tree, and I got the tension onto my rope, so I can't slide my waist up any higher. So logically, I've got to slide up my foot. Okay, you want to go as high as you can. Well, as high as you can effectively step. Okay, now when I step up, it's going to unweight this hitch right here, and I want to get the maximum gain out of this. Okay, so when I step up, I want to reach high, and I want to have my body in line with this rope, because if you get all cattywampus, it's going to be really hard to climb this rope. And when you first start climbing, the first 5 or 6 feet is by far the most hard. It's the most awkward because, again, you're a Plum Bob. You're trying to get your center and your technique down. So just be prepared for that. Okay, so I'm going to step up. I'm going to reach up high and step up. Okay, and again, you're a Plum Bob. Slide my waist up. And I'm going to sit down. Okay. I'm going to lean back so you can see what I'm doing here. At this point, you're on your waist. So we're going to repeat that process. Get your leg up. Go as high as you can. Go in line with the rope. And slide up. Sit down. Okay. Now what you don't want to do is when you're standing up is lean way back like this. Okay, so some guys are top heavy, and what they want to do is they want to kick back because they're so heavy up top and wants to throw them back. Okay, but don't do that. Stay in line with the rope. Okay. Okay, see how high I went up that time? I'm gonna reach way up high. Go up. Slide up, sit down. Okay, if you look down, I'm probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet off the ground. Do it again. Stand up. And this is the point where it gets easier, because all the tension, all the slack I should say, is out of the system. Okay, I'm gonna do this a couple more times because personally I like a 2-rope system and I don't want to get too high. Okay, so just like that, I'm about 7 or 8 feet tall or high. Slide this back up. Okay. So at this point, I'm high enough to where if I were to fall, I'm gonna get hurt. Okay, so what I want to do is come down, because when I do climb, I always have another rope with a belay system on it. But this video is to show you the technique. Okay, so if I want to come down, the beauty of the VT is I can slide down. Okay, now ideally when you use this in this manner, you want it to be a double rope system, but this is a single rope system. It will work, okay? But if you get high enough, you'll want to convert, put a lower system in here, like a rappel device or something. But I'm going to show you how this will work, and I'm not too tall, too high up. First thing I want to do is take my foot off. Okay, I'm gonna keep that on the system in case I need it again. I'm gonna slide that down. Now, with the VT, if I push down in here, I'll slide. Okay, now you can see how much heat this builds up. That's why it's very important to have the right hitch cord. Okay, and I don't recommend this for long distances. Okay, if you have to come down on this, go ahead and put a lower device in here. Okay, I just want to show you the technique here. So let's come on down. Don't get locked up here. Just go ahead and sit down. And now I'm off again. Okay. So this is probably the simplest way of going up and down on a rope with minimal gear. But you got to know, you have to have the right equipment, and you have to know how to tie this. Okay. And if you get high enough, make sure you have a lowering device, like a figure 8 or something like that. Okay. All right, real quick, I'm gonna show you how to tie this. Although I do have a video on how to tie this. So I'll take one of them off. Give you an idea what this looks like too, if you've never seen one. All right, so this is, I think this is about 30 inches. I can't remember. It might say, but anyway, they normally sell them in 30, 32 inch lengths. Okay. To tie it, come about a third and make 4 wraps going uphill. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to come down. This bottom strand goes over. Okay, so if you turn on the back side, it looks just like that. Since this one went on top, the next wrap is going to be on the bottom. And then we're just going to alternate. Okay, at this point, we're going to put a carabiner in there. Before you ever go on a rope over an edge, always set your hitches, make sure it's going to hold your weight. And that is it right there. Okay, that's hopefully this helps. For minimal gear, this is how you can get up or down a rope. There are other techniques though. I'm going to show you that in upcoming videos. It makes your whole life a whole lot easier. Okay, but that's it for at a minimum. Okay, well, I hope this helps, and just be careful out there. Make sure you follow safety protocols. And in another video, I'm going to show you how to do a secondary line. So if this were to fail, you wouldn't fall. The other rope will catch you. Okay. All right. See you on the next one.